Greetings, Dr. Eileen O'Connor, and I'm going to show you at this point how you can play with bringing models in. Now, this room itself was not created by me. I got it as a model of a room. So I'm clicking and dragging up the bottom panel here so you can see a little bit more about what's available. I clicked over to Elements, which shows you some of the features you can put into this space. Now, I have my own assets that I've already uploaded and they're available to me. But what I want to do now is bring in some of the models. I'll bring this down a bit so you get a bigger view of the space. Google Poly has a lot of wonderful models that were built in, and unfortunately from what I've heard, they're not going to maintain this anymore, but these were created by individuals. And so I'm going to put in my cheeseburger, and there's my cheeseburger, and actually seems when I click and drag, I'm just dragging around with my mouse and the cheeseburger's there. Okay, so I left clicked it, I'm on a PC, and here's my cheeseburger. As with all of these, the challenge is always to figure out where it is in the space. Now I'm in my viewport, and right now I can move it using these handles, but I find it always is a bit tricky. Okay, it's letting me move it. I'm left clicking, dragging it around. But to get the perspective of the size and the shape of this, I'm clicking away from it and scrolling the room around to see how much of the room is taken up by my cheeseburger. Okay, so what you do is when you find an object that you want to keep in the room, you move it, you size it, you play with the aspects of the object itself, and you can do that by either interacting with it directly, and this translate allows me to move it within the room, and the double arrows allows me to change the size of it. And to do that, I found it works best if I go over here and change the size. So what you do is bring in as many different objects and models as you like, and then from there you start populating your room. Note too, there are many other types of models that you can bring in. I clicked on Sketchfab. You can see they have a lot of characteristics for different types of items. Now, one of the reasons why Hubs works well is it uses low polys. That means very simple pictures. So if you start bringing in some of these more complex pictures, they can be nice, but what they will do is slow your hub from opening. And if you want to have something very simple that people can come into even from their cell phone, you don't want to have very big objects. So bring objects in, bring in models, play with them, size them, and figure out what you want to add to your room or even to a blank space. So thank you.